Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the second episode of our Garden of Glass Season 2, Season 2. We're already messing ourselves up. Oh man, what am I doing? Messing up my words. So in between the two episodes, we have done very, very little. In fact, I moved from here to about there and started the next one. Because we're doing these on the same day, I decided, you know, I've got this real urge to keep playing. Let's keep doing this. We're going to do the next episode now. It's the same sort of thing, and we'll keep going. So where we left off, we've got ourselves our mana pool, we've got ourselves our pure daisy, and what we're about to do is we're going to get ourselves our very first living wood. Oh, no, we need to do that. Actually, we could have done it there. And what am I missing? I'm missing something very, very obvious and important, and I can't remember what it was. You know what? It's another one of these, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's another one of those. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is we have got the goal of getting ourselves some mana going on in here, and we are definitely going to be focusing on that goal today, and we'll definitely get that today. So we need to do some of the basic things, and I realize I haven't even done this. There we go. Alright, so this is just going to give us our little, there's little things there to say we've updated. If you guys are new to this, definitely look at this. This has got everything you'll ever need to know about Botania. Trust me. Read this stuff first, and your life will be so much easier, alright? And then once you guys have gone through that stuff, and you're like, wow, this is actually an amazing mod, perfectly documented, you can click on, for instance, Botania achievements, click on these little challenges and say, how do I do that? How do I do a flower farm? How do I do a record farm? And then what you can do is you can go over to my channel, and you got everything, because you're on my channel already, so you click that face, look at Botania's stuff. I've got tutorials, I've got everything you'll need to know about this. Hopefully, not everything, but majority of this stuff. And you know what, there's a lot of other things that are out there, so just Google is your best friend. Really, it is. So, there we go. Alright, and you know what, even better than that, the very best thing, because I can tell you guys 101 ways of how I would do it, and there are 101 ways to do everything in this, so really, come up with your own stuff, and you'll feel really, really great. So if you guys can beat me on some things, let me know. I want to see these things. I'd be really, really honored to stand down on some of my things that I've done there. All right. So the next thing I want to quickly show you is if you guys lose your book, I want to quickly give you a little tip. And there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. This oak sapling. You just have to right click on one of these, and it won't work now because I've actually got a Lexica in my inventory, a Lexica Botania there. But say you lost that and you dropped it off the edge. Be careful of breaking this, because this one is the only one you'll ever get. So just right click on there, and you guys get that turned into a Lexica Botania. So we've got two of these right now. We'll pick up our old one. Alright, so let's just look in there. We've got nothing going on in there for us right now. We'll just get a few more logs. And yeah, this hopefully is a little bit quicker than what a lot of people think it's going to be, because a lot of the time people think this is going to take forever. It's a skyblock, it takes so long. It doesn't. It's all part of the fun. It's kind of like saying I don't like playing Minecraft because I don't like punching trees, because you're going to have to do it in the beginning every single time, unless you let a creeper explode. And in which case, that'll be a very creative thing, and I applaud you for your creativity. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to do that. We are going to also need to get ourselves more living wood. So let's do this pillar up to the top, because this tree was a curse and a blessing at the same time. So let's do that. And how great does that grass look? Thank goodness we have Quark in this. That's really, really awesome. Alright, so we'll do that and break a few more. What we need right now is we need ourselves a magical wand from Botania, which is called a Wand of the Forest. And that's going to be not really a wand as such. You can think of it as kind of a wand cross a wrench cross a tool that lets you do things, really. That's it. It just does a bunch of awesome stuff, and it's gonna be here for a long time. And last time I managed to keep my very first one for a very long time before losing it. And we're gonna choose some colors, because you can customize these colors. And while we customize these colors, make this very tough decision. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna have to get rid of some of these because they're already looking ugly. There we go, and there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for those to change into some living wood, and we're going to select our colors. So what we had last time is we had, I think, purple and green. I'm pretty sure it was purple and green. I like magenta, so we're going to go magenta. And let's do light blue because those will be two great colors. Actually, we might have even had light blue in the last time, but it's a great color. And yeah, it's too close. We're going orange. Never mind. Decision made. There we go. Alrighty. So we've got those. We can now just go back up there. Hopefully these are going all right. They're changing yet? Yep. By the way, that time has also been dropped in the mod. So it used to be 90 seconds for that stuff to change over into the living rock and living wood variants. It's now been dropped to, I think, 60 or even lower. And I think that's also kind of cool because obviously people do feel that some stuff gets a bit grindy and that helps you out a little bit. It didn't help me out because I've had a very good timing system. Oh man, that hurt. And you know what? I just realized we're not playing in hard. So we've changed to hard, and we don't have food, so we have to hope that we get ourselves an apple very soon, or else we're going to find ourselves in a bit of trouble. We can actually plant our watermelon. That's our melon, just plain melon. We're going to plant one of those. Hopefully we can get that grow, because else we're going to have ourselves a bit of trouble here. So we need that, that, and that. Great. All right, so what we were doing is we were going to do that 3 times, like that. Okay, so that needs 6 of those living wood blocks. Alrighty, we do that, we place one of those there, and we needed one of those because we can make it custom. We can do that. See how there's that orange one there? We've got the magenta one there. Flips it around. We can do that. So you can make it look however you want. I want it to look like... let's put the magenta on that side. There we go. Fantastic, we got our first one, and let's grab these because these could be very, very useful for us. So we do... that. And that is all. Perfect. Alright. Now we're going back to our quest for mana. Let's have a look at this book because I'll show you exactly what's going on. We are going to look at getting ourselves mana. Now guys, mana is the basis of this mod. It's where everything lies. And it's the challenge. The challenge is to get as much mana as you can to do as many things as possible. And the way you do that is by automating it, really. So first things first, we're going to start off with our passive flowers. Now, passive flowers will die eventually. We're going to make our passive generating flower, which is the daybloom. So before we do that, let's just get ourselves some seeds going here. So we do that. We will need ourselves a bit of wood, like so. And we will need to get ourselves a stone hoe right there. Okay, so let's do that. Place this in there. And I want to just use this because these act as bone meal. I want to just get this a bit larger for starters so it can get going because else we're going to be here forever. We can now do... let's just leave that actually. Let's just put them in there. We won't mess around. So what we need is we need a few flowers. We need to have a look at this here. We've got ourselves our mystical yellow flower. We need an orange and we need a light blue. And coincidentally, we got an orange and a light blue. And we needed our yellow, which is right there. We get 2 of them from there. Now we just need to get ourselves a little bit more, well, a few more seeds. So let's get that. Oh, thank you, watermelon. You have just saved the day. We've got food, we've got seeds, so we don't have to go and waste any of those. There we go, 1 seed. That's good enough for me. Let's place this one on... do it over here. We'll do it on this side. This side. Place that there. We'll get ourselves another seed. So, there we go. Alrighty. Let's do... we need to do that. No. Yes, thank you. Do that. And we will do that there. So, let's check what the recipe was, alright? And I didn't explain this very well in the last one. We've got ourselves our light blue, our orange, our yellow. And if we just push shift, you can stop it in case you like, oh, go and keep up. There we go, you can keep up. And there's obviously nice little tooltips if you want to shift click, or that was the wrong one. By the way, if you right click, you come out of it. All right, so there we go, shift click. You can see there. We're going to go back and we're going to make this one. So we're going to have to put in some stuff. You can do this stuff from here. For instance, you can drop stuff in there. It drops in. Or you can do this over here. You can put the one there, that one there, sorry, and that one there. You just do this, Q, or you can even just, oh wait, you can't right click, all right? So you do this. And just to be extra careful, I'm going to stand on top and get it like that. Now, this was a very good move. It was a very, very intelligent move to get this daybloom. But it only works in the day. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a little bit to use this one. But what we can do is make a passive flower that generates in the night. And that one there is called the Nightshade. And where is the Nightshade? There it is, right there. Alright, so what we need is we need a black petal. We need 2 of them, actually. We need a grey petal, and we need a purple petal. So let us have here, look here, we've got ourselves purple. We've actually got a purple in there already. It's magenta, sorry. So we do need the purple. We need black and we need grey, which is right there. Do we need grey or light grey? Let's have a look. It was just plain grey. Fantastic. So what we can do is we can go here. We can take out one of those black ones there, which means we got, actually we could do 2 because we've got enough flowers. So we need that, and we need to do just one of them there. All right. And should we eat that? No, we'll do this. Good. All right. And I'm going to do one last sneaky thing, hopefully getting ourselves some seeds. So we'll do that. And if we can grab up some more seeds, I would be very appreciative. Grass, no, nothing for us. Alrighty. Well, we've been very lucky on everything else so far, so I'm not upset with that. We'll do that there. Place in our very first nightshade. So we need one of those. We'll need to put in 2 of those. And we will need to put in, oh, what was it? Grey. That's light grey. Oh, no. We're going to have to do some more flower searching. So we're going to have to do that, and we're going to have to make a few of these into floral fertilizer, which is not a big deal. We should be good from now on, because if we do have any troubles, we can make ourselves another farm, being our mob farm, just a standard old vanilla mob farm, not grinder. And if we could please just get ourselves a grey flower, that would be much appreciated. What the hell kind of a word is appreciated? There we go. And we weren't lucky enough. Alright. So we're going to have to do things the old school way, the hard way. We're going to put that away. And we're going to do the very first double check of our inventory that we haven't got that. We definitely don't have that. Man. Alright. So we might be back in the night. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something which is very vanilla. And I'm probably going to just do a little bit of this off camera, because it's something you probably have seen 100,000 times, and that is we're going to make ourselves a mob farm. In fact, maybe something I do might be kind of interest, so we'll see where it gets a little bit different. But yeah, we're going to go out of our platform about, I think it's 20 blocks. We'll go 23 blocks. I think it's probably wrong in terms of a number, but we'll go there. Do we get more when we go? Yeah, look at that. When we're carrying, for instance, a pebble. Oh, we didn't want to do that. So when we've got a pebble, it only drops us 1, it looks like, right? So let's do that. 16. And when we go empty hand, is that 2? Yeah, it drops us 2. That's very, very useful. Actually, I'm glad I figured that out. So we just do that, guys. By the way, which I haven't spoken about, is how beautiful is this sky in Botania. Wow. Gotta love it. Gotta love this Botania Garden of Glass sky. There is an option to put this in your normal world as well when you're playing with this, so definitely check that out in the configs. But yeah, I love it. It's really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go out. I actually did it that direction in my last one. I'm going to do it in that direction there. Going to make ourselves a little bit of a mob farm, and hopefully we can get ourselves a bit of the, actually, bones, but maybe we've got a few. Do we have any of these left? We've got 2 left in there. Actually, that could be a saving grace. Let me just think before I do this. Do we need... No, we can do bone. There we go. Good. So we can do that. And please, do we have a grey one? No, we've got enough black. Oh, there's a grey. There's a grey. We've got a grey. Alright, guys. We're saved. We don't have to cut. We can keep going. Here we go. Grey. And we do this like that. And we can drop that in there. And our very first bit of mana is about to come. So what we have to do here is we have to place this down. We have to make sure it's got access to the sky for these particular flowers, because they are day-night variants, so we have to make sure of that. Now, if we just hover over this, you can see that that has got unknown status, and it is connected to a mana spreader. It's got the little tick next to the mana spreader. When we right-click, you can see it's open. We shift right-click, we select it, and we can connect it to this mana spreader, which is really great. So you can see here, that should be creating a bit of mana, which I don't know if that's just getting stored in there. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of green on that mana spreader. You can check it going up. Just watch it. You'll see it eventually. It's very slow. But what we're going to do now is we're going to shift right-click on that, because that's facing up. You can see it's shooting up that way. We want that mana to go into our mana pool. So we do that. And our mana pool should have a little bit of mana. Not enough to register on it right now. In fact, it hasn't had enough in the spreader to send a pulse. So basically, we're collecting mana from there, into there, into there, and we're storing it there for some good things that we're going to do in the future. So what I'm going to do now is, I think this is going to be a little bit of the grindy grind that you guys hear about. And it's not going to be too... Oh, of course we would get ourselves another grey one. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're probably going to make ourselves a little bit of a mob farm. Because we do need a mob farm big time to make sure that we do get ourselves our drops. In fact, we might get a few useful things. Do we have another... What, did I break that Nightshade? There we go. And we'll have to make... Actually, it's connected. You can right-click. Yes. Okay, guys, so before I could even get going on that stuff, I decided I'll chop this tree down. We got graciously given an apple, and immediately after that, we got ourselves a watermelon. A melon growing over there. I've got to stop saying that, man. So we've managed to fill up our health and fill up our hunger and regenerate a bit of health. Aside from that, I've also made ourselves another day bloom. Now, what is going to be our next step here? What do you guys think about what we're going to be doing? How are we going to be progressing in the mod from now on? So... This is daytime, by the way. The day bloom is going to be doing some magical stuff there, getting ourselves all that. You just saw there's a burst. One of our first few mana bursts. That's awesome. All right, so let's get to our book and discuss what we are going to be doing next. So we've got all these other ways of generating mana. We've got hydrangeas, which are also going to die on us, sadly. But it makes sense because, you know, else you just do that and they're gonna last forever with that design there. So it kind of makes our decision making a little bit different. We got to think about things here, so it's definitely a good thing. One of our great things that we've done in our last one, which we've learnt that we should do from the start, is one of these Narslimuses. They are going to be really great. We've got a good idea, and we know exactly how we're going to be doing that farm, so we'll be getting on that shortly, in a few episodes, hopefully. The next thing is, what are we going to do with all this mana? That's what we have to question ourselves. Why do we need mana? What is mana for? How do we use it? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have a look at, for instance, some functional flora. And we're also going to have a look at divinity, because this has got all of our stuff that we've got included for natural pledge here. So we've got ourselves our different faiths. So we've got divine faith. And this is a little bit of an explanation. I've read through it, but I'll read through it with you guys, so you kind of get the gist of what's going on in this mod, alright? So traces of divine work are evident in this world. Mana, for one. The stuff of magic isn't possibly made by mortal hand. It is only a question of how to connect with these gods. Man, I'm terrible at reading stuff. Alright, so the holy symbol is the needed artifact for this. So the holy symbol was in the botanical add-on stuff. It's right there. We're going to have to go to the nether. We're also going to have to get ourselves our mana-infused string. So we're going to need to kill ourselves a spider. Or at least capture one. Because we can be humane and not have to kill spiders. We can get them to shed some of their stuff if they cooperate. If you guys have seen our last season, you'll know about that. Alright, so... Faith in Heimdall. I'm gonna butcher these, but that's what we're doing. The Aesir god. I don't know if that's meant to be Aesir god. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm doing this right. Of the Bifrost, and I love Bifrost stuff, man. You know what the toughest decision in this is gonna be? Is every one of these has got stuff that I need, which is, I guess, kind of the whole reason of making these decisions. But it's really, really tough. All right. So we're gonna have to get quite far into. Well, not very far. I mean. That's actually not that ridiculous, but yeah, like, for instance, a lot of people say, that's very far. Great Fairy Ring is actually kind of a little far, but yeah, we're not that far out away from that. We'll get there quick enough. So we can choose in these different gods. For instance, Idun, or Idun, I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to butcher them anyway, I told you that. So wielding their aspect of the divine makes your body naturally catalytic. Okay, this was actually, I was speaking to Wiresegal about this, and there was all... about like growing stuff around you. It seems pretty cool. Gives them bone meal effects. I'm really excited to give that a try. The Vanir god Nord seems like a worthy choice for you. What is this that has? Hydrophobic, rising above any kind of fluid. So you gain attacks with the force of wind, barreling your foes back with every hit. So I guess we got knock back, and we can stand on water, which I think is really, really awesome. What's that? Ring of Chordata. Yep, that's all about water. That's for sure. Faith in Thor will be, what is that, Sojourner Sash we get. We get a few cool things. That allows us to run a bit faster and obviously do a few other things. And there's one thing that I'm waiting for, and that is the Living Wood Funnel. My favorite item from Natural Pledge and Botanical Add-ons. It was just the best thing that ever happened. The best thing, alright? But yeah, what I'm going to do now, guys, is I think we're going to call it an episode today. We've got stuff done. Look at that stuff. That is beautiful. That is so good that we've got that stuff going. And whoa, there's zoom. There we got it. We found our zoom key. We haven't set it to the Z key or Z, depending on where you're from in the world, but we haven't set it to that, and there we go. Those guys are what we needed. We are very, very glad to have them, and I'm very, very glad to have got started on the season. I am so excited to keep going, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very, very excited. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this stuff happen. These things are going to eventually decay into some dead bushes, not living bushes. And I want to quickly show you, if you guys are interested in reading up about that, read this Caveats of Passive Generation, and that'll tell you exactly what's going on with these and how they eventually turn away. But yeah, it's a very nice, very, very good mod pack, I would say. I'm very excited because I know it's a good mod pack not because I made it, but because I played it already in our previous season. It's practically the same with a few little extra good add-ons, I would say. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll turn around and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.